Hello everyone, it is currently morning. It is 10 to 9 and the reason I am starting this video so early is because today I want to do like a 9 to 5 work day. I figured today would be a good day as any to see if the 9 to 5 routine works for me or if it's too much. I don't really know what it's like to work from 9 to 5 and I don't really know what the work day is like, staying and doing work for that long. However, today I will be seeing whether this is something that's good and if it works for me. I still have a bit of time before the work day starts, so I'm going to get myself an agenda of things I have to get done during this work day and plan out like a schedule as in when my break is, when my lunch break is. From what I've heard, lunch breaks are like 35 minutes long and then normal breaks are anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. So in total I have almost an hour break. Anyway, right now I am going to make myself the agenda, and when I am done and when it is 9 o'clock I am going to clock in, start the day. Okay, so it is 8:58, but I figured it's okay to start now. I made my to-do list and I'll just quickly read it out. It's not a lot on there, but these are pretty lengthy goals in my opinion and could be done in the 8 hours I dedicated to myself if I really just sit and do it. Turning on these lights is me clocking in. My break will be at 11 o'clock, so that's 2 hours of just solid work. I guess I'm just going to get on to writing the lengthiest part of the day, which is the 65k, trying to write the 4k that I'm supposed to write today. I'm just gonna get to work. Try to at least get like 500 words done before I come and check in. Also, I thought it'd be fun to do like a little spreadsheet of how I feel each hour doing this 8-hour work day. So at the end of the video, I'll like share the results and let you know how I felt at the end of it. But right now, I'm just gonna do my work. I feel pretty good right now, but I haven't done anything. So who knows? I'm just gonna get started. Alright, so it's been like half an hour now and I've got still like half my tea left, so that's showing how like focused I am, because typically when I'm like super focused I don't focus on anything else but my screen, and when I'm not that focused then I literally do everything I can to not look at the screen, like drink or go on other websites to see if there's anything I forgot to do, like NaNoWriMo or Google Sheets. So far, I'm focused. I had a little bit of a crisis at one point where I didn't know whether I should end the chapter here or whether I should add on a scene, and then I realized there's a scene that's like super pivotal to explain things and like to lead the story forward and explain why something happened, and I totally didn't add it in yet. As soon as the scene is done, the chapter is done. So I'm closely reaching that. And in terms of word count, I only added like 400 words. Not a lot, but I did steer off course to go into Google Sheets and add in an emoji ranking system. However, I did manage to tick something off my to-do list because at one point I also decided to deviate and make a Twitter post, which I will leave a screenshot up now so you can see it. I feel pretty good still. I still feel pretty motivated and I don't feel the urge to get up off my seat and do something else, which is surprising and also useful since I'm going to be sitting in this seat for the next 7.5 hours. I'm finding it super hard to work in silence because I'm trying to treat this like a work day where I can't listen to music. I'm in the office with my metaphorical buddies. I'm going to stop rambling and get back to work. I'm going to try and hit the next milestone for this, so 62k. and then I'll switch because I'm on a roll right now, and maybe I'll just finish the chapter and then switch. I don't know, but I'm just gonna write and I'll come back when I do switch. So quite a lot happened in this half hour. The biggest thing that happened was I managed to finish chapter 19, meaning I'm on chapter 20 now, which is just wild. I'm also like 150 words-ish off reaching 62k, so I'm almost ready to switch what I'm doing. Along with that, I have finished my tea. I now have nothing to drink. I'm kind of bored without music, so I'm debating whether to just get headphones and listen that way. I'm kind of thinking about putting like ambient sounds on, because technically that could be my atmosphere. If it's like a raining ambient sound, then it's pretend raining outside. I'm going to update my spreadsheet about how hour 1 went of this. There's 1 more hour left to my first break of the day. I'm gonna give myself a 15-minute break and then 45-minute lunch, even if like actual work time, something like that, just so I have an hour break overall, so it kind of like balances out. So right now I'm just going to start chapter 20, write the 150 odd words to reach 62k. Chapter 20 is outlined like in detail because I decided to do it one time. I don't know why. I just outlined it in detail so I know exactly what happens. So these words should be like relatively easy to get. As you could tell from that clip, I hit 62k, meaning 1k for the day has been reached. And that also means I'm going to switch assignments now so that, you know, I don't get burned out super fast. So looking at my agenda, I think what I'll do now is read through chapter 1 of that book I want to make notes on, because it's a different thing. It's not writing. I don't have to think too hard. I just have to read and put down my thoughts. It's a simple task, I think, and one that I can do currently, and it's a nice like refresher. And I'll probably just do like, because this book is written in like split timelines, so each chapter you see 2 different timelines, so I might just read up to 1 timeline and then leave the second timeline for another time. I'm going to update the camp website to try and see if I can get back on track. I only have like 2,000 words to write to catch up for today, but once again I want to write 3,000 more words so that I'm ahead by a lot. So the layout's been changed so that it's like this again. It looks much more like cleaner like this. And also, may I bring your attention to the place I'm going to take notes? Yes, on Notepad, that terrible draft doesn't deserve a Google Doc. If you can't tell, I really hate this book and where it stands. It's like, it's a first draft. It's more like a 0.5 draft because it's more developed than a 0 draft, but like first draft, I feel so bad to call it a first draft because it's no. Here I have it, the terrible first draft that I got printed out. I'm glad it's printed out because I can look at it in a different way. It's not like I have to read it on a screen. But I'm also not glad that it's printed out because it's such a waste of trees having this story on paper. I'm just gonna get to work. When I say this first draft is terrible, I'm not exaggerating. I only read the first page, which is like 3 paragraphs, and I already have 3 big picture things per paragraph. That's embarrassing. On the bright side, the story is going to get better with this revision. I'm just gonna try and ignore the fact that I actually wrote this and thought it was good. So I managed to read through the first timeline and I have a ton of notes just for that. There's like 12 notes. I haven't even finished reading chapter 1 yet and there are 12 notes, and like the majority of them are big picture stuff. I need this break now because I'm slowly running out of motivation. I think I'm going to switch to my fantasy project now because it's something different. It's in a different genre from what I was writing and what I was reading through. Time to write. So it's like 2 minutes until 11 o'clock. However, I hit 21k, so that feels really good. I'm so happy that I managed to reach 21k before the turn of the hour, because that means that when I come back from my break, that's one thing crossed off the list. After my break, I'm probably going to do something. I don't know, I just need to take this break because my brain is like this close to not functioning anymore. So I'm just gonna go take the break and decide when I come back. So I'll see you all in like 15 minutes. Okay, it is now 11:15 and I decided I'm going to do more drafting just because I'm in the mood and I'm a lot more energized now, as you can tell, and I am inspired. So I think for just a little while, maybe like write 500 words and then I'll switch. I'm just gonna work on that. So I'm gonna get my document up, do some writing, then I'll come back. So there was a little bit of an emergency that caused me to leave this hypothetical office, which is why I changed clothes and why it's almost 12 o'clock and I haven't really done anything. I feel energized, I feel great, I feel ready to get back on track, and I even bought myself a drink for energy. But anyway, I'm just gonna prepare my document now. I'm going to try and be super productive and focused to make up for the like 45 minutes I missed. I've got like 5 hours left of work still, so it should be good. Part of me is super inspired to do a poem. I don't always write poems. Me writing poems is like a rare thing that I have to do when I'm in the mood, and even then they're not like the best. But I want to write a poem right now because I have an idea in my head of what I want the poem to be about. Basically, the collection I'm writing follows a specific theme, and this is one of the poems with theme that I haven't thought about. It's like an avenue I didn't think about going down, and I have an idea of the poem and what I want it to be. I'm going to open up my poetry collection folder and write a poem. The poem is now written and it actually took a different avenue than I expected it to take. I expected it to be more lighthearted and happy, but it ended up taking a dark turn, which is a theme I see in a lot of my poems. I start them thinking it's going to be pretty lighthearted and nice, and then they all just take dark turns. So currently my poetry collection has 7 poems, and to be honest, I like the majority of them. A lot of them, like there's like 2 that either need to be reworked or just scrapped. But for now, if there's a poem I want to write, I will write it down. Now, with that done, I'm going to get back to drafting, chipping away at that word goal. I reached a point that's super outlined, so it should at least be relatively easy to find the words. As you can tell, I've taken a little detour to get onto my spreadsheet with my emojis to say how the hours went. So I went on my lunch break and I'm back to work now. I want to procrastinate like so badly. I just want to sit down and watch AuthorTube, and in fact I did go on YouTube with the intention of procrastinating even more, and then I saw a video posted about like trying an author's writing routine, and so I clicked on it, interested, and they were talking about having no distractions and just doing your work and just getting things done for the day, and I was like, you know, I should probably do the same. I'm going to continue with my work, even though if I was really working, I would be fired by now. I'm contemplating whether to make like an author TikTok account, but I have no ideas for what it would have. I think if I had books out, I'd do it, but I don't have anything out. I don't see the point of it currently because, you know, I don't have anything to promote, and I feel like author TikToks are to promote your books and yourself as an author. Also, I feel like if I started making TikToks on that account, I would just spend all my days making videos for TikTok and not for YouTube, and that would not be great. I'm going to plan out videos with my bullet journal as said by my agenda. I have a spread already created, so I'm just gonna make the different plans and hopefully I'll stick to it so that I can bring more content. It's like 4 o'clock right now, meaning I have 1 more hour left of work and then I can leave and relax. Let me check. I still have to write the 65k, which I might stay up for. I have to outline Act 2 and that's it. So I think the 65k that I have to draft I'll leave for after work. I'm actually going to start with outlining because I haven't done any outlining today. And then I'll move on to reading the rest of chapter 1 and making notes. Big notes because I couldn't write at all. Okay, so it is currently like 10 to 5, so it's 4:50. However, I managed to do the outlining and I managed to do the note-taking. So I figured I'm just gonna end it here for now since the 65k goal is something I'm gonna have to do later. So today was a very interesting day. Here is the table of how I felt today, and then here is the graph. So my mood did fluctuate a lot depending on the hour, which is expected, but overall I think that the 9 to 5 workday, though very tiring and I was very tired and I had to take several breaks in the day because of other priorities, I still think it was good for my productivity. On a typical day, I would not get my entire to-do list done like that because I don't just sit down. I will sit down for like 10 minutes, get distracted, do something else, go back to work for maybe 30 minutes, and then the cycle just repeats. So getting this opportunity to just sit down and do my work was really good. And I definitely think if you're a writer, you should try something like this just to test out the day. Thank you very much for watching this writing vlog. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did try this, let me know how it went for you. I'll see you in the next one, which will hopefully be soon thanks to the plan I made for videos. And yeah, bye!